As the sun slowly rises above the horizon, a thin layer of morning mist still hangs over the countryside fields. Every blade of grass glistens with dew. Small birds begin leaving their nests, and distant insects create a gentle chorus beneath the sound of the wind. Amid this peaceful landscape, an adult male ragdoll cat emerges from the tall meadow grass. His long, silky coat moves softly with the morning breeze. Bright blue eyes scan the surroundings with calm attention. For an adult cat, each day begins with a patrol. He follows familiar routes along old wooden fences, carefully inspecting scent marks left during the night. These invisible traces reveal valuable information about the animals sharing the landscape: field mice, birds, and other cats living around the farm. Meanwhile, beneath the shade of a large oak tree near the horse stable, an adult female ragdoll quietly rests. Her ears rotate constantly, tracking sounds carried across the open fields. In the world of cats, awareness is everything. Every movement, every scent, every distant sound may carry important information. As daylight grows longer and environmental conditions become favorable, reproductive behavior gradually begins to appear. The male detects the presence of the female through scent left within the environment. Patiently, he follows the trail through the meadow. At first, both animals maintain a comfortable distance. They observe each other carefully. Neither cat rushes forward. Every movement remains calm, measured, natural. The female continues moving through patches of wildflowers. The male quietly follows behind, occasionally stopping to investigate scent markers hidden among the grass. This slow process allows both animals to evaluate one another, an important step in mate selection. Eventually, the pair accepts each other's presence, and mating takes place successfully. The following weeks pass peacefully. Outside, the countryside changes little from day to day. Wind moves across the fields, birds travel overhead, and life continues as usual around the farm. Inside the female's body, new life is developing. As pregnancy progresses, the mother becomes increasingly cautious. She spends more time resting, her movements become slower, her food intake increases, and a powerful instinct begins to guide her behavior. The search for a safe nesting site, she carefully investigates quiet corners throughout the property, beneath wooden structures, between stacked hay bales, along sheltered sections of the horse barn. Each location is examined repeatedly. Eventually, a protected corner inside the hay barn is chosen, dry, sheltered, hidden from disturbance, the perfect place for a litter of kittens. The mother begins preparing her nest. Using her front paws, she pulls loose straw into a soft mound. Turning repeatedly, she shapes the bedding until it feels secure. After hours of preparation, the nest is ready. Then one quiet night, the kittens arrive. Tiny bodies appear among the warm straw. Their fur is completely white, their eyes remain closed, their ears are folded tightly against their heads. At this stage, the kittens are entirely dependent on their mother. Immediately, she begins caring for them, cleaning each newborn carefully, keeping them warm and maintaining the safety of the nest. The first days of life are simple: eat, sleep, grow. The litter stays close together for warmth, slowly crawling through the straw, searching for milk and the comfort of their mother's presence. With each passing day, small changes become visible. Tiny eyes begin to open, ears gradually lift, muscles strengthen, and the first signs of the ragdoll's characteristic coloration begin to appear. The world beyond the nest suddenly becomes interesting. At first, there are only a few unsteady steps, then brief explorations around the nesting area. Everything is new: a moving piece of straw, a beam of sunlight entering through the barn wall, a leaf drifting across the floor. Every object becomes an opportunity for discovery. As their bodies continue to develop, the kittens begin venturing farther from the nest. Outside lies an entirely different world. Wide meadows, old wooden fences, towering stacks of hay, and endless unfamiliar scents. Under their mother's quiet supervision, the kittens learn how to navigate the environment. They climb, chase one another, explore new objects, and investigate every corner of the farm. At the same time, another instinct begins to emerge: The instinct to hunt. A grasshopper suddenly jumps from the grass. A butterfly drifts across the meadow. A field mouse appears briefly before disappearing again. Each encounter becomes a lesson. Most early hunting attempts fail. Distances are misjudged. Timing is imperfect. Pounces miss their target. But failure is a natural part of learning. No cat is born a skilled hunter. Experience builds ability. Observation builds confidence. The mother does not actively teach each movement. Instead, the kittens learn by watching. They observe how she moves through the grass, how she pauses patiently, how she reacts to the smallest movement within the environment. Gradually, their own abilities improve. Their legs become stronger, their balance becomes better, their coats grow thicker, and their confidence increases with every passing week. Soon, the young cats spend less time near the nest. Exploration trips become longer. The distance between mother and offspring slowly increases. Not every lesson comes from hunting. One afternoon, a farm dog appears in the distance. Instantly, the young cats stop moving. They remain hidden among the tall grass, watching carefully, waiting patiently, until the larger animal passes by. Recognizing danger is just as important as finding food. Knowing when to move forward and knowing when to remain hidden, both are essential survival skills. Seasons continue to change. Rain arrives across the countryside. The mother guides her offspring toward shelter beneath the barn roof. From safety, they observe the changing landscape. Rainwater falling from wooden beams. Grass bending beneath the wind. The smell of wet earth filling the air. Eventually, the storm passes, and life continues. Now approaching adulthood, the young cats have accumulated months of experience. One day, a field mouse appears among the grass. This time, something is different. The posture is lower. The movements are quieter. Patience has replaced excitement. The young hunter waits, observes, calculates, then strikes. After countless failed attempts, the hunt is finally successful. A major milestone has been reached. The young cat can now reliably obtain food independently. From this point forward, dependence on the mother gradually fades. The young adults begin choosing separate resting places, establishing personal territories. Exploring areas beyond the farm, the separation happens slowly, without ceremony, without farewell. Simply through increasing independence, one may rest beneath a distant haystack. Another explores the eastern fence line. Others travel farther into neighboring fields. Eventually, one young adult leaves its birthplace behind. Crossing the open meadow, it moves toward unfamiliar territory, a place that may someday become its own home range. Along the journey, the adult cat occasionally encounters other cats. Brief observations. A few exchange scents. Then each continues on its own path. Life moves forward. One quiet evening, the young adult catches sight of its mother once more across a distant field. Neither approaches, neither depends upon the other anymore. For a few moments, they simply observe, then continue in separate directions. The bond remains. But independence now defines their lives. Time passes. The seasons continue their endless cycle. Rain comes and goes, wildflowers bloom and fade, bird migrations return each year, and life on the farm carries on, somewhere beyond the familiar fields. The former kitten now lives as a fully independent adult, hunting, resting, exploring, and adapting to the changing world around it. One day, it too may enter the breeding season. A new generation will follow, new nests will be built, new kittens will open their eyes to the same countryside landscape, and the cycle will begin again. As evening sunlight fades across the horizon, a fully grown ragdoll stands atop a weathered hay bale overlooking the farm where its life first began. The grass sways gently below. Birds return to their roosts, dust glows within the golden light, and the quiet rhythm of nature continues, bringing one remarkable life story to a peaceful conclusion.